I'll give this movie credit. At least it's got me interested to play Silent Hill 2. Because I'm pretty sure it's a much better movie than this pile of shit. Let's just get this over with. What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. This is OCD Movie Reviews. My name is On The Brink, and yeah, I'm in pretty moody today because I saw this shit. Today, I'm going to review the latest video game adaptation, and that film is Return to Silent Hill. This movie is directed by Christophe, who directed the first Silent Hill movie. This movie is a reboot to the Silent Hill franchise, and this is an adaptation of Silent Hill 2 that came out in 2001. And this movie stars Jeremy Irvine and Hannah Elizabeth Anderson. When a mysterious letter calls him back to Silent Hill in search of his lost love, James finds once recognizable town and encounters terrifying figures both familiar and new, and begins to question his own sanity. So, do you guys know we have a new Silent Hill movie out right now? Yeah, I don't think a lot of people do until they heard a lot of shit reviews this movie has been getting. Now, I have not played any of the Silent Hill games, so this is coming from the guy that hasn't grown up with the Silent Hill games, or even seen the first two movies. I heard the first movie was pretty decent. Some people liked the first movie, or at least enjoyed the first movie, and I heard the second one was really atrocious. But I have not played any of the games, especially that this movie is based on Silent Hill 2. I have not played the original or the remake version, so this is coming from a guy that's just judging this movie as a movie and not comparing it to the actual games. I'm aware that Silent Hill is a game franchise, I just haven't played any of the games. Now, when I saw the trailer for this movie, I knew this movie is going to be terrible. The teaser trailer that keeps showing in theaters does not affect me at all. But you know, there could be a chance here. This movie could be surprisingly great. It could be a movie that be like, okay, it proves me wrong. Now, I was absolutely right. This movie's just fucking atrocious. This movie, oh my god. Now, I mentioned in The Lost Lands last year that I did walk out of that movie. I'm gonna say, so I did with this movie. I walked out the third act of this movie because of how bad this movie is. Because of how much I don't give a shit about this movie. Are there positives with this movie? I guess the movie is trying its best to stay accurate to the games, because I have seen a comparison video with the games. It does look like a Silent Hill movie. I'll give this movie credit. But that is it. Oh my god, there's a lot of shit that happens in this movie. And I was unbelieved that this movie's even fucking greenlit in the first place. I gotta say, the look of this movie looks absolutely fake. Even though it does look like a Silent Hill movie, the green screen is noticeable. The terrible visual effects you notice throughout the film. Holy shit, the monsters in this film. There is like one spider monster in this film that looks like it's coming out of a PS1 game. I'm not joking, the visual effects in this movie look absolutely atrocious. And there's a lot of green screen in this movie. Yes, literally like the first scene in this movie is literally Jeremy Irvine just talking to this girl. And you see the background. You can tell that scene is filmed on a green screen. It looks that fucking noticeable, and it looks terrible. The acting in this film, you know, they tried for what they're doing. Like Jeremy Irvine, he tries in the film. But, you know what? It's all about the script. The script is bad. The actors just cannot bring out what they're giving because of how terrible this script is. But the actors are trying. I'll give this movie credit. But the acting in this movie is just very bland in this film. With Jeremy Irvine's character, you're supposed to basically feel invested with him trying to search for his missing wife. But the acting in the script is so bland that you just don't give a shit about his character, and you don't give a shit about other characters in this movie. So this movie just felt very pointless. And the story of this movie is so fucking boring. Seriously, I've never been so bored in a movie in such a long time. I was trying to distract myself this entire movie, that I wanted to try to watch the whole movie just for you guys. I just couldn't take it. Like I said, I walked out the third act of this movie because of how much I just don't give a shit. I was bored as fuck during this movie. Yes, I paid $10 to see this movie. Why did you even see this movie in the first place? Because I'm curious to see how bad this movie is. And I love going to the movies. I love going to the movies for the experience, you know? Even if it's good or bad, it will never stop me from loving going to movies and also reviewing these movies to you guys. And I want to review this movie to you guys. And oh my god, this experience was traumatizing. It is just so torture to watch. Like, I was literally playing on my phone, I was eating my popcorn watching the movie because nothing interesting happens in this movie. It comes with so many stuff that we've seen in a lot of movies before. And it's not even scary, you know, I heard Silent Hill 2 is actually really terrifying. This movie is not fucking terrifying. I was actually laughing hysterically at some of the scares in this movie. And this is coming from a returning director of the Silent Hill movie franchise, of course. Christophe Gans. He directed the first Silent Hill movie, which, like I said, I have not seen, but I heard pretty decent things about it. And now he's rebooting this franchise because the other movies didn't do that well in the box office. Now he's trying to reboot it again, and this movie just felt like, yep, this is worse than the first two, and I haven't even seen the first two movies. I'll give this movie credit, at least it's got me interested to play Silent Hill 2. Because I'm pretty sure it's a much better movie than this pile of shit. Let's just wrap this up because honestly, talking about this movie more, it will just make my heart just shrink sizes because this movie is absolutely, so far, the worst movie that I have seen this year. I'm not going to say it's guaranteed, but I would say definitely this movie will be on my worst list for sure. This movie is boring, nothing interesting happens in this movie. At least this movie's trying to look like Silent Hill, but the green screen effects and the visuals look absolutely atrocious. The acting in the movie from Jeremy Irvine, they really tried their best throughout this movie, but it didn't offer enough because of this really bland and terrible script. Even I heard from Silent Hill fans that even hate this movie because they did some changes from Silent Hill 2 and they said it didn't work in the movie. So of course, this movie also disappointed Silent Hill fans, so obviously this movie fails at its own hands. The movie was so boring that literally throughout the third act of this movie, I literally walked out because of how much I just don't give a shit about this movie. This is literally in the last lands for me for this year that I also walked out of the third act of the film because this movie is just a complete waste of time. So guys, I highly recommend you don't check out this movie. Please do not. Even Silent Hill fans, don't check out this movie. Literally, this movie is one of those movies that you can easily avoid. Like, this movie doesn't offer anything that's spectacular or anything that is enjoyable or new. So, yeah, Return to Silent Hill. What a piece of shit that came out this year. And this is like, yep, this is January, we gotta have a shit movie somewhere, and we got that for Return to Silent Hill. Absolutely, Return to Silent Hill is one big, huge pile of shit. So guys, that is my rant on Return to Silent Hill. Let me know in the comments below, what is your favourite Silent Hill game? Let me know down in the comments below. I'm not going to talk about what you think of this movie because avoid this movie, please. Avoid this fucking movie. What is your favourite Silent Hill game? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you guys follow me on social media links down below. Keep contact with me and make sure you guys subscribe to my channel. Notify for my latest movie reviews and other movie related content. Thank you guys so much for watching and have a nice day.